Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No close allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No close allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous, Papa?
C'est très bien, merci beaucoup, au revoir.
Oh, okay. Me. Brushed up a little bit here. And mademoiselle, comment allez-vous? Yeah, oui, I'm fine. Okay. Good. Glad everybody's feeling good for our Friday night.
Alicia.
Can't complain.
Who's
Alicia?
We're on the shock. You got some lay.
Oh, boy. Can we go into another language? I think we're going somewhere.
That means Alice, get the cat off the table in French.
Okay.
Le Choc is a cat in France.
Mm-hmm.
Alice is her name. So you say, Alice, we're going le Choc. Et garçon lait.
Mm-hmm.
Alice, get the cat off the damn
And how many
table.
times have you had an occasion to use that
That's
phrase?
the only thing I remember from English class. From French class. That's it. I don't know how that in my head, like in fifth grade.
So was cat actually referencing a cat, or was it referencing something
cat
else?
Cat is just le choc. I like the word le choc.
Okay.
So if you say le choc, it means le choc.
I mean, a cat could
Anyway.
be, any number of things. Let me get into this rundown for y'all. Get into something else. We're going to get into something else here. All right, what you got for us tonight, Kev? A lot going on as usual. Yeah, let's get into the Trump report. He's all in the news this week. Yeah, and on the kisser list, I'm quite sure. Yeah, we couldn't escape him this week. Hot topics. Unfortunately, this day, 9/11, family members, politicians gathered at dual 9/11 memorial services. Also, Texans J.J. Watt on booze during moment of unity with Chiefs, and Trump busted again and on tape. Yes, he was. Our hit it and quit it headlines: life without LVMH. Also, federal court blocks Trump's order to exclude illegal immigrants from census count. Also, report finds Amazon's own products are being flagged as fire hazards. Ooh. The DOJ asked to defend Trump in rape accusers' defamation suit. What? And California wildfires burning out of control, unfortunately. Cocktail of the week is the Reka Pimm's Cup. Okay. That's a mouthful. What's popping with Poppa DD? Our weird news. Of course, we have to lighten it up. 62-year-old python laid 7 eggs despite not being with male for 2 decades. Okay. Disorderly goat takes over cop car, and a runaway porta potty seen rolling down Route 66. Wow. I'm just saying with Redwine, what is normal? 11 for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, the kiss it list, and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topics.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right.
Ooh, that was the smooth sounds of Sade.
And
cherish the day.
And Coke 01 being open to pour into smooth
Are they
cognac.
a new sponsor?
Wait a minute.
I'm wondering.
This is my commercial. How did you get in my commercial?
I'm just asking.
You're talking about Sade, I'm talking about cognac. Did I step on your Sade advertisement? But you're going to jump on my This is the sound of
You put him on the kisses.
whiskey being stirred with
Poppa
a...
DD on the kisses? Yep.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
Can we get back into the hot topics?
All right. Who's first?
I am. We'll get into it. This has been a somber day today for some people, a lot of people. Family members, politicians gather at the dual 9/11 memorial services. This is the 19th anniversary.
I can't believe it's been 19
Where'd
years.
the time go?
Almost 20 years. You're right.
Another time frame. That was a whole other time.
It sure was.
Some people that know each other now and that didn't even know each other back then.
That's crazy, yeah. Know each other now. Well, folks, I want to tell you the sad sound of bagpipes and the names of the 9/11 did echo once more on Friday across Ground Zero. Yeah, guys ever been to Ground Zero?
No, I have not.
Yeah, interesting. I've never
been down there.
As still mourning families and colleagues mark the 19th anniversary of this terrorist attack. The grim annual remembrance of the terrorist carnage on a sun-splashed September morning began 8:40 a.m. at the 9/11 Memorial Plaza, where thousands of relatives and guests were asked to socially distance across 8 acres. Wow. Most in the crowd wore face masks as they gathered in Lower Manhattan for the annual remembrance. A second memorial was held nearby with the names of 9/11 victims read aloud by participants after organizers of the official event opt to use a recorded recitation due to concerns about coronavirus. Okay. So joining the usual local dignitaries at the somber Ground Zero service were Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden and his wife, Jill, along with Vice President Mike Pence, and his wife, Karen, Governor
Her name
Cuomo.
is Karen.
Wife Karen. Governor Cuomo, interesting, and a few others, also Mike Bloomberg, also. Biden goes on to say, I'm not going to make any news today. He told reporters, he said, I'm not going to talk nothing but 9/11. It's a somber day. Cuomo approached family members to offer his condolences through a fence. And, goes on to say, unlike past years, there was no live reading of the 2,983 names of those victims killed, in the World Trade Center collapse. Wow, that's a lot of people.
Wow.
The Pentagon was attacked and the Flight 93 crashed after passengers fought back against their hijackers.
I have been to Swanksburg, Pennsylvania Memorial Site.
Oh, okay. Was the area where they... I still think they shot the plane down, but, they won't tell us that. We'll never know that. The plane went down, so... That's a lot of names. That's almost 3,000 people. Wow.
That's crazy.
Did you check out a special or something on TV, Papa?
Well, they had something on today, honoring certain people that made a difference. One guy with a red scarf who rescued a lot of people. They finally figured out who he was, and his mom was. His mom was there, and one of the ladies that he saved, and it was very nice. Barack Obama did the, I guess you would call the eulogy of some type on him, and bringing his name to light, because he was always just a guy in a red bandana.
Wow.
But his name was revealed today.
So he passed, but he helped a lot of people.
Yeah, he went down and
I remember hearing about the guy in the red bandana.
Because he kept going up to get people. Then after a while, and the building, when the building collapsed, it just changed everything.
Wow. At least his name will be remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the time to come. That's good.
Yeah, that was a very horrific day. Very horrific.
I think most people remember exactly where they were.
Yeah.
When you heard what was going on, when somebody said a plane just hit the towers in New York, you were like, what?
Yeah. I was in the car going to work, and I heard on the radio.
And I was teaching a class at my job. And people were trying to look at it on the computers, which they were not supposed to be doing.
Right.
And all of a sudden I heard somebody screaming
in a hallway, and I thought, what is happening?
I know. A lot going on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like we were under attack. That's what it seemed like, yeah.
And that was back in 2001.
Where were you when that happened, Poppa DD?
Yeah.
If you can say over the air.
I was knocking boots in a 360.
See, that's why I said if you can say.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
No, I had just woke up. I was working 311. So I really just got in around 12 o'clock, 12:30. So I was crashed pretty hard. And I was due to work the next day. On Tuesday night, I worked overnight that night. Only night I worked overnight on Tuesday night. So I didn't have to go to work until Tuesday overnight. But I woke up. Somebody called me, said, look at TV. And I cut it on, and after people always, it seemed like everybody's story is that somebody called them when the first airplane hit, but then people was woke to witness the second one hit.
Right.
So the second one came around when everybody was still wowing out, wow. Then all of a sudden, looks like another plane is coming, and it's really hard to talk about because it was so real. So,
right.
But
yeah.
added to the other tragedies we've had in the world, Normandy and Pearl Harbor, and we've had some unbelievable tragedies in the world, and that one will soon, although people come out all the time and they have a big to do about it, which is deservingly so, but after a while, like any other tragedy, it's going to find its place in the record books and things like that, and it's just going to be another tragedy like anything else, because everything has been horrendous. Whether it's, Pearl Harbor, which was crazy. Storming the beaches of Normandy, which was, you ever see footage of that? Oh, God, that was a bloodbath. They took over the Germans in France, though, but that was incredible. Anyway, lighten up a little bit. Are you done with your...
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt, he's defensive lineman on the Texans. It says here that Watt on the boos during moments of unity with the Chiefs don't fully understand that. Like prior to the kickoff of the 2020 NFL season, which was last night, the first game was between the Chiefs and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. Knowing that the Kansas City Chiefs are the champions of the world, they won a Super Bowl last year with my homeboy. Mahomes, his name is my homeboy. That's what everybody calls him. Yeah. All right. On Thursday, both teams stood together for a moment of unity as the league players continue to highlight the quest for racial justice. However, fans began booing, and the fans were like equally spaced. There were fans in there, but everybody was all spaced out. But the fans went around the field. I guess they're kind of going to. They're going by the middle of the season. They'll be packed again because people are going to go see their football. I don't give a damn.
For sure.
They may not go baseball or whatever. However, fans began booing when players and coaches stood the length of the field arm in arm, and a public address announcer called for a moment of silence to support racial equality in the country, with the two teams connected by Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. Okay, most of nearly 16,000 in attendance cheered when the moment concluded and the teams returned to their sidelines. Some booed while the teams lined up in unity. And Houston defensive end, J.J. Watt, who stood next to Watson, found the negative aspect of the crowd reaction confusing. I guess, Trump crowd is out there, They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Everybody
else is, pissing and they farting. Or anything you do to be opposite is so sad. The moment of unity I personally thought was good, Watt said by NFL Network after Houston lost to the Kansas City Chiefs 34-20. I mean, the boos during that moment was unfortunate. I don't fully understand that, he said. There was no flag involved, making a joke. There was nothing involved other than two teams coming together to show unity. I guess people said boo because they don't want to see them, giving love in the beginning.
Unite.
They'd rather see people, maybe it was a sports thing, because you want to see before a game start or boxing match. Oh no, I ain't. You know me. I'm not a narrative changer at all.
The haters
I
were out
can't
there.
believe, Redwine, you said that. That's what I flag you on. You're the king of narrative changes. Maybe they meant to. That's Redwine. That's my person. Was that pretty good? Redwine?
No.
Anyway, maybe they meant to. That's Redwine. Anyway, I don't mean that at all. What I was saying is that before I was rudely interrupted by the Redwine peanut gallery was the fact that they probably didn't like. Usually when boxers about to box, you know, people want to see brawl look. And when they saw all this love in the beginning, they just come on, I didn't come here to stuff, you know, cotton ball boxers for Johnson and Johnson or something. You know what I mean? So it was just too soft for them. So anyway, when everything calmed down at the end of the day, everything, but Watt was saying he don't believe it, you know, and they're trying to set a new level of it. You know, they're trying to get people to really get off the thing that Trump was doing when he changed the narrative of everything. Oh, they're kneeling down. They don't love their God. They don't love they hate the military. They hate the flag. You know, and his bozo followers are believing everything he says, like a cult. You know. So anyway, but that was the whole gist of that. And J.J. Watt's a good dude. You know, he raised a lot of money for the last hurricane they had, and good dude. Yeah, all three of his brothers, they all play football.
Wow.
And now they're a big sponsor. They're a big sponsor for Subway sandwiches, and the whole family's in one commercial. So
They all get paid.
J.J. Watt, I'm not mad at him all.
All three of them played for the NFL.
Wow. Well, he was just trying to understand what the heck was going on.
One plays for the Steelers. I think the other one plays for the 49ers, maybe. Or
it's a win-win all the way around. Somebody gonna win.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did think that was just rude. They were just trying to show both teams together. We're just trying to show that we are all in solidarity against racism and hatred of people just because they don't. I mean, well, let's just be plain. Just because they're not white. And there were some folk up in the stands that started booing. And I was like, you know what? Y'all are some hateful people. If you're mad. I mean, what do you want them to do? Be out there, like, trying to rip each other apart at the beginning?
Well, they probably didn't want to see so much love. It's a football game.
Yeah, you know, they ready to bump heads and all that.
But they shake hands at the end. Why can't they be civil at the beginning, too?
Redwine. Why don't we give them off?
I guess after a while they say, okay, let's just get down to some football. We ain't got time for this political.
Yeah.
Sometimes political stuff just gets into everything, and it's just, you know, that was just their reaction. Everybody got their own opinion, their own reaction.
We do.
So this is a free world, so you know, folks can do what they want to do.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
They just got tired of sitting through the blackness. You had to see the two ladies that sang the national anthem.
Look, Poppa DD said it in a nutshell. There you go. There you go.
They got two.
Wait a minute.
They said, hold up. You had two black girls singing the national anthem. Then we had to see this other stuff going on.
Then they had to be clamped by the arms.
Now you got Black Lives Matter.
And then, what's her name? What's her name? Alicia. Didn't she sing something? I thought she sang something.
I don't know.
It was recorded. Didn't she sing?
You know, I asked you to record that for me, and you messed that up. So I really didn't get a chance to see that.
Well, I don't know.
Remember, I was on the road, come back to the studio, and I told you to record a game, and I came in, and the young ladies were singing. You caught the middle of them singing. You missed Alicia Keys, but now you're talking about Alicia Keys when you messed up the recording. I don't understand how you're doing that.
Well, I saw it, so perhaps you didn't watch the correct part of the video.
Well, I was out in the range driving back from up north, and just asked you to do
Alicia
something for me.
Keys sang "Lift Every Voice."
Oh, did she really? Well, it's not on the recorder.
Check it on YouTube.
You just probably didn't look at the right one.
No,
there were
you didn't
3 different recordings.
We're going to find Alicia Keys. We're going to find it for Papa.
Anyway, there were 3 different recordings.
Yeah, I think people are probably tired of all that blackness.
Yeah, that's what
they
it was.
They said, when Alicia Keys started off, you had 2 black girls doing the national anthem.
Yeah,
then you had all these black people. Then you got black up in the
that's okay.
And the guys and they said, come on.
It's the blackness. Keep on.
I knew you were stop singing it.
I wish I had that song so I could play it. But speaking of racist haters, let's talk about your boy 45.
Come on.
One of the instances. We have him all through the news this week, and I apologize, but that's what was happening this week. So, I'm sure by now everybody heard about Bob Woodward's interviews that he did for his book Rage, where he interviewed 45 who foolishly agreed to be interviewed. But, you know, he was looking, I think, to be immortalized in this book, and he probably hoped and thought that Woodward was going to, like, prop him up and make him look like he was the, what's that book he did on himself, some kind of genius?
Who, Trump?
What was that book he did called something? Stable Genius.
Oh, my God.
Remember when he kept calling himself a stable genius?
Yeah, I read that book where he got in there, piss on yourself with black pants on, nobody will know.
Oh, my God.
I read that.
Oh. Anyway, so, of course, Bob Woodward is a, well-known veteran reporter. He's the one who covered Watergate.
Okay.
So this is not some new fly-by-night reporter, so I think that's why Trump was so enamored with this whole interview and thought, oh, Bob Woodward wants to interview me. And he just got caught up.
Yeah.
So these interviews took place from December of 2019 into late July of 2020 in the Oval Office at Mar-a-Lago and over the phone, usually, or not usually, sometimes after 9 and 10 o'clock at night. And sometimes Woodward said Trump would call him unexpectedly. So he would just maybe just feel like talking or wanting to tell him something, and he would just call him up. So throughout the interviews, Trump was clearly worried about how he would be portrayed in the book. So sometime he lobbied Woodward saying it would be an honor to get a good book from you. But most of the time he said Trump was just suspicious, and he said, you're probably going to screw me, aren't you? And he said, yeah, that's just the way it goes. This is Trump talking to Woodward. You're probably going to screw me, but, I know that's just the way it goes.
Yep.
And sure enough, Woodward didn't screw him. He screwed himself.
Yeah.
So when Woodward returned once again for one of the other subsequent interviews, Trump had been previously fixated on all these photographs he had, a lot of them with Kim Jong-un. You know how he loves Kim Jong-un.
Right.
So when he came back for one of the other interviews, Trump was still talking about these photos, and he insisted on giving Woodward a poster-sized print of Trump and Kim Jong-un. He gave it to Woodward and told him this was my only one. And he said, I don't know why I'm giving it to you, but I want you to have it, but this is my only one. And then he told somebody, look, go get a rubber band or something, because if you fold it, you're going to ruin it. So get one of those things to put around it. So he's just going on and on about this poster-sized picture of him and Kim Jong-un. So then Trump started bragging about how he's number one on Twitter. He said that the truth comes out to be that while Trump is the highest-ranking current world leader on Twitter with more than 85 million followers, he is actually ranked 7th overall. And guess who rates higher than he does?
Oh, boy. His Bud Boy?
No, Barack Obama.
Ooh, he can't stand that.
Obama.
He can't stand
Barack
it.
Obama ranks first. Now, Trump claims he's number one, but in reality, Barack Obama is first overall with more than 122 million followers. So then Trump also mentioned to Woodward that he also has the top spot on Facebook, and he said that CEO Mark Zuckerberg had told him that when Mark Zuckerberg came to the White House, but fact check, turns out not true. Trump is not in the top 50 most followed Facebook pages. He has about 31 million followers, but he is eclipsed by soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo with his fine self, Shakira, and Justin Bieber, among others. Obama is also ahead of Trump with 55 million followers. So Trump's got 31 million on Facebook, but Obama's got 55 million. So once again, Obama's crowd was bigger.
That's a good one. Yes, it was.
So, I mean, there was a lot of things that they talked about, but one of the other things that Woodward asked him was, does he spend much time alone with Dr. Fauci so that he can learn more about the coronavirus? Mm-hmm. And Trump said, and I quote, "Yes, I guess, but honestly, there's not a lot of time for that. This is a busy White House. We got a lot of things happening." And then this came up.
Oh, Lord.
So he doesn't make a lot of time to educate himself from someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
Oh, boy.
So then on Thursday morning, which is yesterday, Trump tweeted that Woodward had my quotes for all these months, and if he thought they were so bad or dangerous, why didn't he immediately report them in an effort to save lives? Didn't he have an obligation to do so? No, because he knew they were good and proper answers. And that's when I pretty much was like, okay, somebody give me a stomach distress bag because I'm going to be ill.
Is he just retarded or what?
Yeah, now you're trying to put the blame on a reporter? Now, when he started asking him questions about when he knew stuff and Trump was telling him things like, well, yeah, I mean, I knew about it at a certain time, but I didn't want to cause a panic. And, yes, I, held back information from people and all the stuff he said in this crazy interview. Now you're trying to say, well, if Bob Woodward was so concerned about it, he should have reported it? Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, he's a reporter. You're the president. And most of the things that he was saying to Woodward were things that had already happened. Mm-hmm. So even if Woodward had gone and told somebody, what good would that do? To go and tell somebody that, oh, yeah, 2-3 months ago he knew this and he knew that. Mm-hmm. How is that going to help people now? People had already died. Things had already not been done. So I was like, what's the... He's just a shifting, a blame shifter,
sure,
a liar.
Yeah.
I don't think he could tell the truth. I think if he tried to tell the truth, he'd probably choke.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
He'd probably seize up and have a stroke or something if he tried to tell the truth.
But that's what he does. It was I forgot what position she played. It was a lady who worked for Trump. And she said that's what he does. He put blame on this woman, and then he fired her. Or she left. I can't remember which one of the two.
Oh, I remember that in one of those hearings.
Yeah, she said that's just what he does. Put blame on him and just discard him.
I was just like, wow, once again, you say stuff, you lie, you get busted, it's all on tape,
right? And
his cult followers would still run out behind him.
They sure will.
I saw this man on the news today that was at one of the rallies recently this week, and a reporter asked him, "Sir, I noticed you're not wearing a mask. Why would you not wear a mask?" And the man said, "I'm not wearing a mask." And the man said, well, the reporter asked him, "Sir, why wouldn't you wear a mask? Aren't you concerned about coronavirus?" He said, "The good Lord takes care of me. If I die, I'll die." And then somebody beside him said, "This whole thing is a fake pandemic.
You have a mask on,
and I'm not wearing a mask." I'm like, see, this is the kind of ignorance that gets people killed.
Right.
These are the people who, even if they don't get ill, they could end up being asymptomatic carriers that will go back home talking stupid
and those people
and call somebody else.
Them in the store. That's when I leave out the store. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue. All right.
It's like the wild, wild west out here.
If you guys got any hotter topics than we do, please give us a call. But we're going to take a little CC, and we're going to come back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hey.
Okay.
Bonsoir. Hit it and quit it.
All right, we're ready to get
about
into
that
it.
time.
Well, you guys better hold on to your seats on this particular article here.
All right, here.
One of the biggest deals in history. This is out of New York, Milan/Paris.
Milan, darling.
The LVMH, the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, the world's biggest luxury group, has called off its listen what I'm saying, $1 billion engagement to acquire Tiffany. On Wednesday after news that the LVMH would not proceed with its takeover deal, Tiffany chief executive Alexandro Bellagio held a call with employees saying the executives are in quote-unquote wait-and-see mode. Okay.
What they trying to see?
Tiffany's shares ended on Thursday at $114.36. Before the news of the deal in which LVMH offered $135 per share to Tiffany's executives. Then Tiffany shares went down to like $98.55. So
wow,
y'all messing up things
here. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got screwed on that.
Although I guess during the pandemic, a lot of people aren't really wearing jewelry too much or being flamboyant.
Well, I guess the money probably got a little short, So
yeah, well, I think they're also
But
everybody.
you said it's Louis
up.
Vuitton and Hennessy too.
Right. Moet Hennessy. That's the luxury group. They've been together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got the champagne, the jewelry,
right.
the liquor.
Right. Well,
I still think it's a good buy, because I'm gonna tell you, you can't. Everybody talks about, K Jewelers or a couple ones.
Those are jokes.
No, I'm just saying. Everybody talks about the different ones that are out there that you can buy a ring from and all this, but I think Tiffany's is almost like FAO Schwartz. I don't know if you guys know about the toy store or FAO Schwartz. Please, Kitty City can't hold a candle to that stuff, okay? Over in New York they had one. They also used to have one down in Orlando, over there across the street from the Ripley's, believe it or not. The house was turned upside down. That house down in Florida.
I've seen that place.
There was FAO Schwartz with the two little Raggedy Ann and Andy sitting outside. Big old toy. FAO Schwartz is unbelievable. They would let you play with the toys. They had airplanes you could just throw out your hand. They would fly around. And I'm only saying that because FAO Schwartz up against Kitty City or Toys R Us, really. And K Jewelers or all the rest of these up against.
Yeah, it's kid stuff.
Man, when I walk in Tiffany's, man, I just feel like the security.
Got a whole different level of respect.
Security's not even taking their eyes off of me.
Man,
you gotta put
some respect on that name when you walk up in there.
And I swear, I felt like the security guy took out his eyeballs and put them on my shoulders. And I was like, what the hell?
You're probably right.
Why am I feeling Why am I feeling like eyeballs are on my damn shoulder? It was crazy. But that store is off the chain.
Yeah,
when you walk out there with that little aqua blue colored bag with a little box, people saying, "Damn,
I'm gonna have to go buy something before they go, just so I can have that.
And the little it is, the better it is. You get about that big, you open up and say.
But they're not going anywhere. Let me finish the article. The deal would have been the biggest ever in the global luxury industry, allowing Tiffany to quickly expand its global presence and invest more money in spruced-up stores and new collections.
More money.
Without having to report quarterly earnings to shareholders.
Wait a minute. Without.
They're trying to get them coins. So they saying Louis Vuitton could use Tiffany to broaden its U.S. presence and help grow its smallest jewelry and watch business. So they were going to help each other, but I think when this pandemic thing, I think, they started
they'll come back together. People start getting more flamboyant.
Yeah, I think
people ain't really, a lot of people now,
they're holding on to
you ain't got to trim your beard, you ain't got to put on lipstick, you ain't got to wash your ass. A lot of stuff is going on today.
That sounded like the Mutual Stroke Association.
Anyway.
They were trying to do.
All
right, well, moving on. We're supposed to hit them and quit them. So I got another one for you. This is another crazy one. A 3-judge panel wrote that 45's July 21st memorandum would violate a statute that says that apportionment must be based on the number of U.S. residents in a given district, which the judges said encompasses everyone living there regardless of legal status. And this has to do with the Trump administration trying to block or trying to get an order to block the census from including illegal immigrants. So the whole idea was they said, okay, even if you have illegal immigrants living in an area, they are using resources and stuff for that county, city, state, whatever. But if the census doesn't count them, then that city or that area is not going to get the funding that they need to support the people living in that area. So Trump's administration said, well, we're not going to count. We don't want to count these illegal immigrants because I guess they figured they're illegal anyhow. We don't care that they're living here. But we want the census to exclude them. So it went to the courts, and the court said, no, you're not going to get away with that one. We're going to block that. They said, block, not happening. Count everybody. If you're living there, illegal, legal, whatever your status, if you're living there, you need to be counted.
I know that's right.
So that's the short version of what they were trying to do. So this came as a result of a lawsuit that was filed by New York Attorney General, my girl, Letitia James. Letitia James has been on it.
Yeah. Now, who was she again?
That's that sister up in New York, the New York Attorney General. It's a sister up there.
Okay.
And she has been on her job. You talk about being on the grind. This sister been on her grind. Anything that comes up that's funky, she's like, not on my watch.
Okay.
Not happening. So she filed the lawsuit. The courts backed her up and said, okay, no, you're not going to not count the illegal immigrants that live in any area.
I guess.
If that's their residence, they should be counted.
Oh, she put the order through?
She was the one, she and some other people got together and filed the lawsuit to block what Trump's people were trying to do to exclude these illegal immigrants. So that's what's up with that. So, yeah, it was a big victory, you know, for them because, I mean, seriously, the census is about counting people.
Yeah, not who you are, just count.
Exactly. Why are you trying to go based on status?
Yeah, count.
I mean, what's next? They say, well, if you don't make a certain amount of money, we don't need to count you. And if you're a certain color, well, we don't need to count you. And if you're, you know, of a certain persuasion, we won't count you. You know, and if you got certain letters that you fall behind, LGBT, whatever, ABC, we ain't gonna count you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you start allowing them to get away with excluding people, where is the line to be drawn?
There you go. That's a good point.
So they can go and sit their ass down.
Is that going to be part of your commentary tonight?
No, I'm not even going to. That's a good one. I'll have to save that for next week.
Okay. Sit their ass there.
Sit your ass there.
We got some hanky-panky going on. I got the next one here.
All right, what you got?
Hanky-panky going on with Amazon. Uh-oh. Report found Amazon's own products are being flagged as fire hazards. 3 senators are demanding the recall of any hazardous products branded with Amazon's name. This is after a CNN investigation found that dozens of Amazon basic electronics remained for sale despite customers reporting the products had melted.
Melted?
Exploded or burst into flames.
Oh, come on.
In a letter to Amazon's CEO, Jeff Bezos.
Come on, Jeff.
Senators from Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Jersey wrote that CNN's reporting on the Amazon Basic Products line showed how the retailer had ignored serious safety concerns from the consumers about certain electronics. Yep. So Amazon Basics is one of the retailer's popular private label lines, offering more than 5,000 budget-friendly products that range from cell phone chargers to kitchen appliances. But CNN found at least 1,500 reviews on the Amazon website covering more than 70 items that describe safety risks. So some Amazon Basic products became unavailable after CNN began its reporting, and at least 4 product pages were removed from the retailer's site entirely. Now, I can kind of grasp what's going on because there are a lot of independent people that sell on Amazon. And they might go underneath a particular umbrella, or they might go underneath this umbrella, Amazon Basics. But they're private people that sell it, you know.
Hey, I got to make sure I don't have any of those Amazon Basic electronics.
Yeah, if you're going to get some electronics, maybe you need to go to Best Buy somewhere you can tangible. You can go back and take it back if something happens to it. You can return Amazon.
Pay a little more and get that brand name product.
Yeah, sometimes it might be worth it. Yep. So that's what's going on.
Okay.
So.
That's like when those batteries were burning up and
the phone, right?
Yeah, those cell phone batteries.
Yeah, but to me, I think they just put those batteries in those cell phones and didn't do enough testing.
Yeah.
They're trying to be
selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, they're trying to be the first to do this, do that, or whatever. So. Yeah.
And on a sidebar, that's what worries me about this vaccine for COVID-19. You got all these companies, as they keep saying, racing to the finish line. They're all trying to hurry up and come up with this vaccine.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, I realize that, yes, we do need to have something, but y'all need to make sure that you test that thing correctly and thoroughly and make sure it's right before you release it. Because 45 keeps talking about, we're going to have a vaccine by the election. That's like, the way you're putting it out there to tell folks, y'all need to get me something in time for the election so I can wave my banner and say, see what I did. But this is not about November election. This is about doing what's right for the people.
Yeah.
And if it takes them until February, so be it.
Right.
But don't rush it just because he wants you to.
I agree.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay. All right. We're around hot tonight.
Man, over to you, Poppa DD. What you got for us?
He's fired up drinking cheap-ass wine.
I don't drink cheap wine.
Anyway, the DOJ, which is...
you don't ever buy any wine. How you know what I drink?
Oh, Lord, can we keep the drama out of my segment? DOJ asked to defend Trump and his rape accuser situation. Amongst all this, he's accused of rape. Now, what I'm trying to figure out here is like,
kill me now.
I know that we have egos in this world, and I know that you may like to slam like a dragon, like say you may either you be a nymphomaniac or you hung like a Shetland pony, something that tickles your fancy and makes you want to knock boots all the time. But this is how Trump is being portrayed as all the stuff he's done with the porn stars and everybody. It's like, damn, you was just horny as fuck. Always, he's always being accused of something. When did you find time for all this? I mean, and you got, what's her name, Melania?
Well, he's not running the country. He got time.
Yeah, he's sure not.
Well, I'm talking about, but some of this stuff is before he was president, too. He only been president for a minute. But anyway, the U.S. Justice Department is seeking to take over Donald Trump's defense. Now, how the hell let me just broke on that one line right there. It said that the U.S. Justice Department is seeking to take over Donald Trump's defense. The Justice Department is supposed to be the prosecutor who's supposed to defend the people that's accusing your ass. How the hell, when the hell, did the Justice Department start defending the motherfucking accuser? I mean, the person being accused. When did that happen? This is ass backwards. But I'm going to talk about him later. Mr. Barr, off the chain.
That's the problem.
Okay, now Barr, his boy, is the one that's stepping in and saying, don't worry about it, brother. We'll protect you, my main man. They fist bumping and all, whatever they're doing. But they're taking this over, and the young lady accused him of rape. And now I'm trying to figure out, with the time frame of all this, he was old then. How close did you let this man get to you where you can say rape? Now, is this rape with penetration, or what type of rape is she actually talking about?
I saw her interview, and she said this happened like in the 90s. They were in a store, and that he grabbed her, pushed her up against the wall, and forcefully kissed her. And then she said in the interview, and then he raped her.
In the store?
In a store. I don't know if they were in the dressing room or where in the store, but that's what she said. That he forced her up against the wall, she banged her head, that he kissed her against her will, and then she said, and then he raped me. So I'm not quite sure.
And then he says that she's not even my type. But that's a picture of her 25 years later, right?
Right.
So
the picture we see now is what she looks like now.
But it goes to show you that, man, his wife must be so understanding. so loving, so caring. I mean,
was
damn.
so busy with somebody else that she
You think
doesn't
Michelle
care.
Obama would have fell for that?
Well, now.
You think Michelle would have fell for all these different accusations?
Barack's tail.
Nope, she wouldn't have went for that. You know that, Tom.
That's all I'm
Barack
saying.
still wouldn't be able to sit down if he had done that stuff to Michelle.
Anyway.
So what's the woman's name now?
Her name is E. Jean Carroll. And they're
Sound like three names.
well, choose the E like she's some type of,
Oh,
Well, I guess she's a nice lady.
So what does she want from this? I mean.
Well, she wants to put it out there. She wants to put to say that. But I mean, she's behind a long line.
Yeah, that's true. Stand in line, huh?
But I think at some point, though, he came back and said a bunch of negative stuff about her and defamed her name.
Of course.
So I guess she wants him to, I guess, in a sense, take it back or some. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think she's looking for a cash settlement.
Okay.
No,
I
she
think
just
it's
wants
something
it to be.
else. I guess basically she's saying you're going to put some respect on my name.
Right, but then my thing is, too, you have to look who's behind other people. And this is a political year, too, so, they probably dragged her or found her and said, okay, well, you start talking about Donald Trump, even though I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just saying, you got to...
I mean, I did hear about this case a while back, but I just didn't hear anything that came
Right, but
up.
it's gaining momentum now because this is an election year.
Right.
So you don't know who's behind what.
Wow.
But I tell you what, I have a serious problem with. If the Department of Defense, is that what they call it? Justice, I'm sorry. If the Justice Department is paying for it, that's the government, which means that that's our tax dollars. So I'm trying to understand why the beep is my tax dollars paying for this bastard's rape accuser situation.
Because I'm assuming who he is, right? Like,
I don't give a flying fig. This happened in the 90s.
But I'm saying if he was just a regular Joe Blow, it had to come out of his own pocket.
But I'm still saying this happened in the 90s.
I guess.
Even if it had happened while he was the president, at least then I could see how, okay, I guess they're going to use that.
So what are you saying? It should be
I'm saying he should pay for his own situation.
Right.
I'm saying, why am I tax? But I'm saying,
right, Papa?
But the Justice Department? But for the Justice Department to pipe up and say, we got you, from what I understand, he didn't ask for Barr and his people to do this. They jumped in and said, we got you. And I'm saying that's tax dollars at work. Why is our tax money being spent to defend him from a rape charge?
Go down to the White House and start protesting me. Why? Tell them.
Don't tempt me.
Go ahead and get your little sign and just go on.
Oh, I will make a mother freaking sign.
What's going on?
Because I'm saying that's some bull. All these people out here accused of stuff, and you're going to use my tax money that I have no choice but to pay every time I get paid?
Yep.
That's some bull crap.
Yep, I would start complaining.
I'm just saying.
Hold it. What the hell is that shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is what it is, I guess.
All right. Quickly, California wildfires.
Ooh.
This thing, we've been watching this all week. This whole thing with the California, and it's not just California now, it's Washington State, California, Oregon.
One nation under groove.
One nation under fire. Even before the peak of fire season, they have what they call fire season. A record 3 million acres have burned across California, with so many blazes going simultaneously, whipping through the dry wilderness, the scope of which the state of California have said they have never seen. On yesterday, the August complex, they have it was a bunch of fires all blending together. Now they call it the August complex, and this is a product of 37 fires all around Tehama County, became the largest ever recorded in California. Check this out. This thing engulfed 471,000 acres. That's a lot of land to just be on fire.
Yeah, it is. They say how it started?
No, they still don't know how it started. 471,000 acres. And they were saying because some of the areas are so remote, like up in the hills and mountains and stuff, that they can't even, the firefighters and stuff can't even get up there. Mm-hmm. And even though planes have been going over, dropping chemical and stuff, they can't even, it's like, it's so far out of hand. They are struggling. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that it's the fires are edging closer and closer to areas that are populated. Mm-hmm. Around mountain towns and the foothills of the suburbs. Mm-hmm. So I just saw on the news this evening that at least 10% of Oregon is being evacuated. Mm. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And one of the reporters asked the person who was there at one location, where are the people going? And the reporter was saying, I really don't know for sure. Because of the fear of COVID-19, people were hesitant to go to shelters, and be cooped up with people because you don't know if you might end up with COVID. So there were some people who said they're basically just staying in their car. They just drove their car out of the area where they said you have to evacuate, and people are in their car with their pets and whatever belongings they could grab. Traffic is backed up crazy because people are trying to get out of the area.
Yeah, that's very
It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. San Francisco
I haven't
area.
heard Trump say a thing about it.
No, he's going to probably wait until about a week or two later.
Yeah, until somebody
and
brings
then go
it
over
up.
there and, you know how they do. We'll go take a visit.
A photo op.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even think they're going to go in that area. That's just, they deem that just too dangerous.
Well, they said right now I'm trying to remember what city was it. It's not San Francisco. It was another city. Portland? I believe they said Portland in Oregon. Mm-hmm. Right now, Portland has the worst air quality in the world.
San Francisco is perfect, too.
Well, right now, I'm talking about the worst air quality. Portland right now has the worst air quality in the entire world. And that includes overseas where some people have some bad air quality. Right now, Portland is at the top of the list. So, y'all keep those folks in your prayers.
Yeah,
in your prayers, because they're going through it.
Mm-hmm.
They showed on the news from San Francisco, the sky looked orange, like apocalyptic.
Did they say how it started?
No, they still don't know. They haven't even gotten to the point of trying to figure out what caused it.
That is just so strange.
Because of the heat.
Sometimes
it's been like
fires, but sometimes,
Well, some of the temperatures in California have been over 100 degrees for several days in a row. Mm-hmm. And then you blend that with very dry conditions.
Yeah, they need some water over there.
And then all you need is lightning to hit some of those dry branches and stuff, and next thing you know, you got a fire.
Right. Mm.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It is time for the cocktail of the week, with Ketel.
Okay.
What you got for us tonight, Kim?
Cocktail of the week.
Ay.
It is called the Reyka Pimm's Cup. Reyka, or Reyka Pimm's Cup. It's 1 ounce of the Reyka vodka, or vodka of your choice. 1 ounce of Pimm's. Let me see if you guys know what Pimm's is when I finish the cocktail. That's 1 ounce of Pimm's, 0.75 ounce of fresh lemon, 0.75 ounces of ginger soda. Combine all ingredients into a cocktail shaker except the ginger soda. Shake, garnish, and serve, and then top it off with the ginger soda. You guys know what Pimm's is?
I do not.
Papa? Mm-hmm. Come on now.
Is it a liqueur?
Bingo. It's gin-based liqueur.
A gin-based liqueur?
Yeah, it was introduced by James Pimm.
Oh.
He was a farmer.
Oh, you don't say.
Back in 1823.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And another company acquired, Diego. They acquired it in '97, but yeah, they have different cups, as they call it, like 1, 2, 1 through 5 cups. You all right over there, Papa? I'm sorry, 1 through 6 cups, and they're based differently. Gin, one based in rum, and it's a liqueur, like you said.
Oh, okay.
All right. So James, Tim, you guys got a history lesson today.
Okay. Well, cheers to Pim.
All right.
All right.
All right.
That's tasty.
What we got next? What we got next?
Oh, wait. The cocktail of the week is brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment.
Yeah.
You can check them out at dchomegrown.com. That's our parent company. Thank you, DC Homegrown. All right. We're done with the cocktail. Poppa DD, you're on deck. It's all you. So what you going to do?
I was really shocked when this guy in the bar. Is that my background piece for Pajama DD?
Okay. All right, Poppa DD, what's poppin'?
This gentleman Barr, who was the top cop. Let's call him top cop. He's the attorney general. See, when you're the attorney general or the district attorney, unless you're the main dog, you always got the word assistant beside your name. Assistant. But Barr is like the main dog of the whole world. And that's why I tell you, Trump will always tread with him. You know what I mean? Because he's the one that makes the decisions on breaking the law. And nobody breaks the law more than fucking Trump. Okay? Now, how is it when how Trump must feel? He must feel pretty good when you walking with the guy that has the master key to all the goddamn handcuffs in the fucking world. Okay? You'll never get rid of being handcuffs because you're rolling with a guy who manufactures the keys for the handcuffs. So this is why Barr is your boy. He is your boy. I mean, if you look at him, he's always with Barr and he's always with your other boy. What's his name? Mnuchin, who is the director of, he's the Secretary of Treasury Department. Means he's the money man. With that job there, you got to practice how you're going to sign your name because your name's going to be on a damn check. Your name on a check, all right? Just like Tony Tiger's name is on the box of Frosted Flakes. This man's name is on every damn check that goes out from the government or anything got to do with money. So Trump got him in his right pocket and Barr in his left pocket. And it didn't hit me until I seen Barr being interviewed by one of the gentlemen from CNN or wherever. This man was dancing his fat ass off. Every time they said something to him, well, the president didn't mean that. The president meant that. Blah, 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 blah. I said, man, I thought Barr was cool. I thought that as the attorney general, you'd have to be fair and impartial for everything. Oh, hell to the no.
That's what the job description
This man is up Trump's ass, okay?
Yes, he is.
And he was dancing. He was on TV with telling them different. Well, what do you think? Well, this here was pretty obvious. No, nothing's obvious. And he was like, he was candid and evil and what I mean. With his beliefs, they were strong. And when you got a top cop talking like that, you cannot help but thinking about J. Edgar Hoover, who held down the same fucking job. Excuse my language. I said that to make my story sound better. He held down the same job. Attorney General is you talking about power? Oh my God. You got the power to you can point to Pennsylvania, a case in Pennsylvania, intervene, send your people over there and sway it in that direction. You got the power. And Trump knows that he's dealing with the guy who has the power. He don't care about losing different cabinet members. The guy that was one of his press secretaries, remember the guy that they were mocking on Saturday Night Live? McCarthy was mocking him, Sean, what's his name?
Spicer.
Sean Spicer. All different people. What's his name's crazy-ass daughter? What's the boy's name? He used to be
Huckabee.
Huckabee's crazy-ass daughter with the cleft lips like her father.
Yeah, Sarah.
Just as ugly. And she's on there just, they were a mess. But after a while, they all got out of there.
Yeah.
They did it quietly. Same with your girl, Sarah, what's the little,
Huckabee?
no, the other skinny girl with her husband's against Trump?
Kellyanne Conway.
Kellyanne's phasing out too.
Yeah.
They're phasing out.
Yeah.
They're like, yo.
Yeah, they tapping
They're like, yo,
out.
I ain't saying serious. I'm going to still hang out with Trump, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I'm done talking. I've run out of lies for this man. I've run out of lies.
There you go.
At some point you say to yourself, you know what, I cannot lie for this man no more. This man's killing my race. I can't even walk the streets no more. I mean, it's one thing to be somebody's manager. It's one thing to be somebody's agent. But it's another thing to be somebody's mouthpiece. Every time, no, the president did not mean that. The little girl now, he got a little, I'm sure he's splitting that tail. The little blonde that's his press secretary now.
Oh, I don't know her
You
name.
ever seen it? Yeah.
I've seen her.
I'm sure Trump fucking
Well, she's a quick liar.
I'm sure Trump fucking the dog shit out of her. Come on now. All the money and power he got, she's all young and sensitive. He probably tapping that ass whenever he feels like. Anyway, that's just my opinion, leave that alone. But, you know, she's all, every time she comes out, no, the president did not mean that. That's not what he meant when he said what he said. Well, why the hell did he say it? How are you going to just take back what he said in plain language? No, that's not what the president meant that he was going, well, then you need to speak for the president before he talks. I mean, it's just amazing how people actually work for this man, and they got to turn their life into something totally different. You know, the guy with the never wears a jacket, what's his name? Jim, the senator.
Oh, that senator.
Yeah.
The one, is he the one that got shot?
No, not him. That was another dude.
Oh, wow.
So the guy, he never wears a jacket. Jim, blah, blah, blah. Or Lee, Jim. I forget his name, but he's another one, man. They're so. But the thing about it, now I'll end after this here. The one thing you always know, just like we were just talking about 9/11 was like 19 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, as old folks always say, and I was raised on old folks, it's their famous line as old folks. They always said, and this too will come to pass. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, Trump's whole situation, even if he does get reelected, because let me tell you something, they're thinking while we're sleeping. Mm-hmm. Okay, while we think we're going to go over to, you know, Francis Scott Key High School and vote there, they got people right now in September drilling holes in the bottom of that damn high school. Okay, right now as we speak, because the schools are closed. You got Russians over there.
Rigging stuff.
They're rigging stuff up. You know, every time you pull the lever for the left, it goes for the right. I mean, there's so much going on.
Sounds like some scandal stuff to me.
As they say, they are thinking while we're sleeping. And if Trump happens to flip the election because of all the illegal situations, you know, the man's already in his 70s, you know. And if you think you're going to be strong and wise, and now he's trying to get a reformando for the time frame you could be in office. Because do you know that Putin is president of Russia until 2036?
Jesus,
that was the law that he passed. And Trump is pissed off now.
He's trying to stay in there like until
Trump is trying to change the law on term limits because he knows his boy Putin's in there till 36.
Are you serious?
He said, I'm trying to get some of that.
Yeah. He said, yo, this is crazy. We're voting every 4 years.
He is a power-hungry SOB.
And now that he has that, so Putin wants Trump to stay in, but China wants Trump's ass out of there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
China's some shit.
Everybody's talking so bad about China.
Man, don't you ever talk
all
about
those tariffs and stuff. That
don't ever go against China. China will wipe us out. They will wipe us out. They are brutal. They're a brutal group of people. And they're being nice. They're being quiet. They're being settled. But, man, they go all the way back to the, you know, Ping Li, you know, Red Square. Oh, man.
I think he was sending a warning to Trump before when he was sending those missiles. Mm-hmm. So I telling him to shut the heck up. Then, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Korea?
It's amazing.
I think that was, which one?
It don't matter. I don't want to mess with none of them.
Yeah, I think that was North Korea.
Yeah.
North Korea was the one fired. That was Kim Jong-un sending up all those missiles. And now he's acting like he's in a love affair with Kim Jong-un. Anyway, I'm sorry. Poppa DD, you wrapped up?
Which is, you know, with how I'll conclude with this here. As you can see now, the way Trump is in bed with Russia, in bed with, and neither one of them, they don't care about us. Mm-hmm. They're together talking about us. Mm-hmm. And I guess by 2025, we ain't gonna take it over. We'll take over the United States. Okay, as long as you get Trump in there, you know, when your worst enemy is supporting the fact that they want you to stay, there's something wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
But your boy is so cocky he don't even see it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, there's no way I don't care how this person is dressed, what kind of makeup they put on, how good they look. It doesn't matter, man. If a young lady gave me clap 20 years ago, I'm not going to date her 20 years later. It's not the thing, and that's the whole thing with Trump now. He's in bed with people that are bound to. They got something going on with that man. He's too stupid to realize it. It's always great intelligence on one side, but ignorance on the other side. You ever notice that when people are in power, they could be smart as hell.
Greed
but
takes
then,
over somewhere.
Yeah, but the tightest ass walking by will turn their head in a whole nother direction. You know, like my man, he was all up on his thing and everything. God bless his soul, but man, he went out like a fool. Sam Cooke, the singer, went out like a fool. You know what I mean? He was, oh my God, this man had stuff. He had projects that wasn't even started yet to be finished yet. Right. He had the world at his feet, but he was chasing white women in the middle of the night. And what happened to him in the middle of his career, he was gone out of nowhere. And he was the baddest joker going. Anyway, but we'll talk about that on a separate segment.
Okay. That'll be part
Bobby
2.
Womack ran up to fight with
All right, let's lighten it up.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah, how
Give me a
about
round of
that?
applause.
Let's lighten it up.
You just got it.
Did you hear me that? I look forward
See,
to that.
he didn't even hear it.
Oh.
No, I just
got your
look forward
applause.
to that little animated round of applause that you give me.
And you just had it.
You couldn't give me one yourself.
I think you were talking.
All right.
All right.
We got over there Redwine.
Poppa DD messing with me tonight. Okay, we got some weird news for you. Let me tell you about this. Yeah. 62-year-old python.
Oh.
Laid 7 eggs despite not being with a male for 2 decades. I don't know how she did it.
Exactly.
Yeah. St. Louis. This is out of St. Louis. Experts at the St. Louis Zoo are trying to figure out how a 62-year-old ball python laid 7 eggs despite not being near a male python for at least 2 decades. That's like 20 years.
Did they have them on their own? Because I think we read something like that.
Apparently she did.
Yeah.
Mark Wanner, the manager of the herpetology at the zoo, said it is unusual but not rare for ball pythons to reproduce asexually. The snakes also sometimes store sperm for delayed fertilization.
Awesome.
So she must have held on to that for 20 years and said, I'm going to hold on to this. I might need this 20 years from now. So it says the birth is also unusual because ball pythons usually stop laying eggs long before they reach their 60s. She is definitely the oldest snake we know of in history to lay eggs, Wanner said, noting that she is the oldest snake ever documented in a zoo. The python, which has not been given a name, how has she been there that long? That's effed up.
Damn, man.
Yeah. This snake is 62 years old and they didn't even give her a name? That is disrespectful.
Just ball snake, I guess.
Disrespectful. Anyway, she laid the eggs on July 23rd. 3 of the eggs remain in an incubator. 2 were used for genetic sampling, and snakes in the other 2 eggs did not survive. The eggs that survived should hatch in about a month. So the genetic sampling will show whether the eggs were reproduced sexually or asexually. So they're trying to find out who the father is. I think that's what's happening here.
What the heck is going on?
Yes.
So unless we got some scientists or some...
Hey, they said the only other ball python in that zoo is a male that's 31 years old, half her age. Ooh, you sly girl.
Wow, that's interesting.
They said she laid a clutch of eggs in 2009 that did not survive. And another, they call them a clutch, another clutch was born in 1990, but those eggs might have been conceived with a male because at the time the snakes were in buckets together while the keepers were cleaning the cages.
Wow. They went buckets. That's
while they were cleaning the cages, they put them in buckets, so they must have got busy in the bucket.
They don't
true.
take but a
They
minute.
got busy in the bucket.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was something.
But that was way back when. But that could have been when she held on to that sperm.
The sperm, yeah.
Okay, now.
I got one here. Interesting. It kind of flipped my wig. Disorderly goat takes over cop car, headbutts deputy, and eats all the paperwork. Okay. Y'all had to give me this crazy one.
Wait, you got to get the song again.
And last to her cruiser to find a goat had taken over. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office, sounds like a small town, said the unnamed deputy was serving civil papers at a home during the encounter. She typically leaves her car door open as she had to retreat from vicious dogs in the past.
So in case a dog comes up on her, she said, I'm leaving my car door open.
So never once did she expect or even consider what was about to happen this day. Footage from the hairy situation showed the goat in the front seat and was busy, eating the deputy's paperwork. Then after leaving the vehicle with a mouthful of delicious papers, the goat delivered a hand butt to the deputy's knees, knocking her down before hoofing it from the scene of the crime. Even though she was knocked to the ground, she was not physically harmed in the incident. At the end of the day, we all got a little laugh out of it, and we hope all is well.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you leave your car door open.
She can't leave that open no more.
Yeah, you might have a goat run up in your car.
You might carry a taser or something to help her. Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right, Poppa DD, what's your weird news tonight?
My news is we got this runaway body on the spot and all that jazz. Happened in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're having major windstorms there. It's good to show you that the global warming is just, the world is split open like a wedged lemon line. Anyway, a portable toilet in Albuquerque fell victim to another kind of the weft that was weeping through the city with the strong winds to give it a trip down Route 66. Okay, a virtual video shows a porta potty rolling down a busy intersection of the mother road of all roads. As curious as the motorists looked on to see what was going on out of nowhere. It wasn't no rain or no floating in water. This was just straight up wind. It just took well, the potties, those are just made of thin sleeves of, you've seen them.
Right.
And the inside is just a couple of stuff, plastic.
I hope nobody was in it.
Into a hole. It's just, to me, it's an outhouse with a spin, but I've seen better outhouses. Anyway, severe gusts appeared to have dislodged the mobile toilet from his cables and forced it down the journey until it ended up on the road, on the highway, from Chicago to Los Angeles. Okay, in that direction, I guess you would say. All right, several motorists and passengers caught footage of the traveling porta potty. Some social media users post videos of the traveling porta potty to a song called Dust in the Wind, which is by Kansas. All we are is dust in the wind. Anyway, so that was the move on that. No injury reported or anything.
That's my jam.
But everybody just found it really interesting, and they just started saying references to Route 66, Nat King Cole's famous song, Get Your Kicks on Route 66. But everybody sang that. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr.
Get your kicks.
Oh, my God. I'm
on Route
everybody.
66.
But there you have it. I wish I could find some footage of that.
We'll have to look for it on another break and see this porta potty rolling down Route 66. All right, well, that wraps up our weird news. And let's go right into I'm Just Saying.
Okay.
Poppa DD. Oh, I don't get an intro tonight? Okay, I can do my own intro.
All right, coming up next is the incomparable Redwine. She's wearing a red rosé lipstick tonight. He has a bougie blouse on and a leather lace push-up bra. Go for it, Redwine.
Well, merci beaucoup, Poppa DD. Tonight, I'm just saying, what is normal? People keep talking about wanting to get past COVID-19 to get back to a degree of normality. I just wonder if they mean the normal behavior of going back to the status quo. Because for a lot of us, going back to that degree of normal is not a good thing. We need to move forward and get past that point. I'm just saying, what exactly is normal? You know, you keep hearing people saying, I just want to get back to normal. How do we really define normal? Do you define normal as the time, for example, when bad cops weren't hunting black folks for sport? Would that be considered normal? Or how far back do we want to go to get normal, you know, to erase that kind of situation? Would it be like going way back before COVID, but in between the time when people started recording black cops hunting and beating black folks? Maybe that would be considered normal. You know, there's a lot of situations and time periods that people call normal. Some people consider normal to be when women and black folks knew their place and didn't ask for much of anything and were willing to take the crumbs that they were given, and you better be happy about it. You know, they want to see you bow and scrape to get those crumbs. For some people, that was what they say was normal. And when they say, I want to go back to when things were normal, that's what they're talking about. So I'm just saying, again, what is normal? After going through this pandemic, I question if anything will ever seem normal again. You know, we've adjusted to wearing masks in public, keeping safe distances from friends and family. I was in a grocery store and I saw how now they have changed the way that you even walk down the aisle. They got arrows where they want you to walk in one direction down this way and come up the other aisle, you know, come in the other direction, just so that you're not walking into people. They want to take the flow of people like you would on the street when you drive a car. That's not normal, but now it is. It wasn't normal before, but now that's become normal. You know, we used to be able to shake hands, fist bump, hug people, kiss people. Can't do any of that now. Not if you're trying to be safe. All of that now is abnormal behavior. So I'm just saying, you know, when you consider saying, I want things to get back to normal, what are we really talking about? A lot of people have adapted to what is now the new normal, but then you got a bunch of rebels out there who are fighting against what needs to be the new normal and saying they're not going to do it. They'll tell you straight up, I'm not wearing a mask. They tell you, I'm not going to do it, and then they ridicule those of us who will put on a mask. But all I'm saying is if you're going to listen to what the doctors and the scientists say, put the daggone mask on. I don't wear my mask out of fear. I wear my mask out of respect for everybody else's health and well-being. I'm just saying, this is now the new normal for me. Now, the projections right now are that we may not see any kind of level of normality until near the end of 2021. Now, think about that. When we talk about getting back to normal, we may not see any kind of normal till the end of 2021. That's a long way off. And if they can get a vaccine together that works, we don't know. You got some people out here who've already said, I don't care if they do come up with a vaccine, I'm not taking it. You got people, because of all the controversy and the rush, saying, I won't trust it. So it's going to be hard to get to this level of normal again. So that phrase of get back to normal can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So just be careful how you use that phrase, I want to get back to normal. Because you could be agreeing with somebody else's version of normal that's totally opposite to yours. Okay. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, you know, what really is normal?
Okay. That was
That's all I got for you.
All right.
Good Redwine.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
What is normal?
Ain't nothing normal.
Oh.
All right, can we kick it back to you, Poppa DD?
Well, I
Living
mean,
for the city. What's up?
good segues for a lot of things. I can go in either direction of what I was saying earlier, or I can breed off of that there, because I definitely have thoughts about where normalcy is and what we have, because everything is different now. And you know, I feel sorry for the different dating sites. You know, they must be suffering big time. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody wants to, you know, come close to anybody when it comes to even just a meet and greet. You know, you'd be like, oh Lord, don't meet and greet this person. It's like it's almost like you can catch herpes standing up or standing still. So the effect of that will be equivalent, it seems, to that. Something's going to do to you for the rest of your life, or even kill you for that matter. But I don't know. Just a lot of things that were said tonight spark up different things. You know, stories and commentaries and stuff we talk about really has to do with today's actions. You know, and I was looking at something the other day how, you know, I go into a neighborhood in New Jersey that used to be all Caucasian. It's called Chambersburg. And now this has been taken over now by all Spanish people. But I look at Spanish people with such a light with them, because they have their own community themselves. Just like when people say the black neighborhood. What do you mean by the black neighborhood? Because all black people do different stuff. And you don't realize what black people do until you are black. You know, and the same with Spanish people. You have to, I was up in the Jersey area yesterday with a friend of mine from Philly, and I'm taking him around. He's just straight West Philly, you know. So everybody he's seen, he had his opinion, and he's saying it out loud and calling people different things. Yeah, you Mexican, right? Never call a Spanish person Mexican. Just don't even let them tell you. They look at Mexican as being like one of the lowest on the food chain, you know. Mostly in the area I was in was big on Guatemalans and the other one, which was I can't think of it right now, but Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic seems to be, they kind of act like they're the most sophisticated, you know what I mean, the sexy jokers, you know, when it comes to the whole Spanish community. And then you have the Guatemalans. That's their population is big. But, you know, you don't ever call a Spanish person Mexican unless you find out they're Mexican. They tell you they're Mexican. But you don't want to say that with them, because that Mexican is almost like, you know, the straight hood of everything. That's when you first come in, you know, over in the whole Spanish community. And then you branch out. It's like when you fly over to London, you know. You may fly to London just to get overseas, but now you can catch a train to France and Italy and Spain and all that jazz.
Right.
But so you really got to be careful with Spanish people today. But the problem I have when I walk in the Spanish community, and I don't mind Spanish living around me at all, because I don't think they're thieves by no stretch of the imagination. All that stuff that Trump said, you lock your stuff up right like you do anything else. You know, ADT is for the whole world. It ain't to block you from anybody in particular. But Spanish people, you know, they're hard workers. They do maintenance, man. Those jokers will climb up on your roof, and they'll paint a little red circle just climbing on 4 different ladders, ladder on top of ladder. Just they get up and paint this little red ball that you want to paint on the top of the roof. Boom, and they come down and do it. Okay, I'm finished. And he's like, damn, who got the heart to do that shit? Most of the stuff they do is that they show heart. Those jokers will climb up ladders, they'll do anything. It's just amazing, you know. And God bless them. I can't do more respect them, you know. But the problem I do have with some of them is that they feel like they are above black folks. And I don't want to talk about a food chain, but when I was raised, you know, it seemed like there was a food chain on who was who and what was what. But some Spanish people nowadays, they're making money. Them jokers got brand new this and brand new that.
Yep, they get a truck in a minute.
They got a truck. They have the best. Yep. I have seen some of the prettiest F-150s, F-250s. I've seen the racks where they're pulling their landscaping gear, where they got rider mowers, they got weed whackers, they got push mowers, they got gasoline racks to fuel them up, you know, extra spare lawnmower blades, and it's just off the chain. And pulling all that is a brand new F-150, top of the line, 4-door truck. Okay?
Yep.
I'm just saying, you know. You've seen them jokers, and they're making progress, but all you can do is appreciate it.
Sure.
But some of them walk like now that they have achieved that, they look at black folks like they have rose above us on the food chain, I call it. That's just a hypothetical statement. But I think everybody should just continue to help one another. And stop thinking because now you're doing well with your business, if you're Spanish, that you're any different or you're any better. Because that's not the case. I mean, we battled enough with white folks for 400 years. We sure need to get into a battle with. When I see Spanish people, all I want to do is just befriend them. I'm like, yo, man, I'm tired of fighting. And I'm not fighting for the food chain, whether you got this and I got that. It don't matter to me. Just be kind to one another, as your girl Helen says, although she turned out to be a terrorist.
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
That's all I got.
Oh, Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about my girl Ellen.
Yeah, don't talk about Ellen.
All right. What's she Poppa DD?
That's her issue.
She's probably bored. She's bored.
She could be. There's so much damn money. Shit.
Some people act
she
like
enjoy dropping folks through.
Yeah, she do.
But see, you can't let.
It's like a mental thing.
When you say that people have money, the biggest thing people want to do in life is be themselves and have a good time. And sometimes money and fame can restrict you. Anytime you just can't go out and hold like you want.
That's why she created the game show then?
Oh, my God.
She can do whatever the hell she get off.
You look at the look on her face when she's about to throw some slime in somebody's face. She loves it.
Yeah,
she sits at that podium and
I have to pay attention to that then.
Boom. And the person goes flying through the air with a bunch of
and
green
they be begging for mercy. No, please.
No,
it's just I have to do it. Boom. All right, well, let's take a quick break, and we're coming back on the other side of the break with the Hollywood Report, Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for Ketel and the Hollywood Wrap-Up.
Come on, Papa.
All righty.
Yeah. What's going on in Hollywood?
Fire it up. What you got?
What would we do without information from Hollywood?
Hey.
That has got to be a business that will last forever.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Quite sure. Look, we're trying to get into the bubble, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it.
I think so.
Speaking of, it's a good segue, Regina King, her directorial debut secures her place in film history. Regina King's One Night in Miami, which premiered at the Venice Film Festival on Monday, created Academy buzz. The feature is the first film by a black woman to ever premiere at the 77-year-old festival. I mean, come on now. Why? It took 77 years.
Isn't that something?
So that's why I said we try to break that bubble.
Either they don't know or they didn't care.
Yep. Early screenings, critics hailing the movie as well-acted history lesson, captivating directorial debut, and so on. So if you guys are familiar with the One Night in Miami, which will have a gala premiere on the 2020 Toronto International Film Festival, it centers around a fictional conversation between Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Otis Redding, that's your boy. That's my boy, too. I like Otis Redding. And Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah.
The men have gathered in Miami on February 25th, 1964, in celebration of another big boxing win by Ali. Oh, interesting. So, like, somebody's dream that these men would get together and what would happen. So, interesting. Also, another Blackish spinoff called Oldish. Development by ABC. They can't get enough of this, can they?
Oldish?
Oldish. It seems the TV writer and creator is working with ABC on another spinoff of his hit family comedy. It's called Oldish. And it will star the on-screen parents of Andre Johnson, which is Anthony Anderson. In the series, the two would, of course, reprise the hilarious roles as Ruby Johnson and Earl, quote-unquote, Pops Johnson.
I do love them.
They're hilarious. Oldish would follow the pair as they rekindle a romance while moving into a new L.A. neighborhood. that's going through gentrification.
Ah.
Interesting. Okay. I might watch it. I mean, it'll be hilarious.
I will watch it.
It'll be hilarious. Also, Mara Brock Akil, she signs a deal with Netflix. She created Girlfriends, The Game, Being Mary Jane. She signed a multi-year overall deal with Netflix to create new scripted and other original content. The deal comes days before her popular comedy series Girlfriend releases, which is tonight, on Netflix, the 20th anniversary. I don't believe it. It's been 20 years since Girlfriend.
Girlfriends is 20 years old?
Yes. Yeah. And the guy that helped produce it was Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Put up the coins for that. I mean, you got enough money. Why not? Shit, what the hell? So, remember they took the game off? They went
I remember when they canceled.
It was canceled on the CW, then it came back on BET because people have it a fit.
Yeah, because people love that show.
Yeah, and it ran for 6 seasons, which was good. She also created Black Lightning. I think I've heard of that.
Oh, that's the superhero.
Okay, Black Lightning and Love Is.
Okay.
That didn't last too long, though.
I never saw Love Is, but I did see a few episodes of Black Lightning.
Love Is was about her and her husband and them as being writers.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think they took it off. But still, she created it. So, I mean, kudos for her. They didn't say what the deal as far as the, amount or whatever, but, I mean, that's pretty good. Netflix, hooking up with Netflix, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you're in there.
Yep. Also, murder for hire. Local police detectives shared the new details during this court hearing recently. New information, if you guys haven't known already, but the gentleman from Sweetie Pies, the son, he's in a murder for hire plot. He's involved with that.
I used to watch that show on
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The new information in the alleged murder to hire plot that resulted in the killing of Andre Montgomery Jr., which is the grandson of Sweetie Pie's owner and reality star Robbie Montgomery, was revealed in the recent hearing. It goes on to say that Ellis, which was one of the accomplices, is accused of conspiring with Norman, which is the son, to orchestrate the murder of his nephew using prepaid cell phones. Both Ellis and Norman face charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire or murder for hire resulting in death. Now, Montgomery, the son, he was suspected of stealing $200,000 in cash from his grandmother's home. So, his uncle or his cousin was having some boys come after him to get the money back. But in return, he hired with this woman, Ellis, and Norman, but Ellis did the killing. She hired a third party to kill the nephew. The insurance money they were up to get was $450,000.
Wow.
So they kind of got wind of her because she was depositing large amounts of cash into a number of banks, $9,000 in different banks.
They just never can figure out how to do that and not get caught.
Right. You best do just bury it in the backyard somewhere.
Put it in a coffee can and sit on it.
Yep, and sit on it. Yep. But the guy Norman, he was unable to successfully cash in on the policies and the life insurance. So they said the agent too is facing charges. So everybody is wrapped up.
They were all in it.
They were all in it. Yep. But how did she get? She got the $9,000 probably from the $200,000 he had stolen.
Oh,
so,
okay.
That was probably some of her payoff.
Oh, messy.
Very messy. Yep. And last but not least, the Academy Awards, they're trying to, quote unquote, I guess I would call it affirmative action type thing. Mm-hmm. So they are saying that certain films and things Black, Asian, Hispanic, Native American, and so on need to be included in these awards. So
everybody non-white.
Right. So this one starts for 2022 to 2023. So the 94 and 95 Academy Award ceremony. So before that, yeah, y'all white people, y'all got it going on. But after that, we coming to get you. So, I mean, that includes women, LGBTQ community, everybody. So, like you said, non-white. So.
Well, wait, now, because women, that could be white women.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
So basically it's all the non-white men. Well, no, that's not even true, because if it's the LGBTQ,
yeah,
that could still be white men.
Right.
This is going to be tricky.
Yeah, they just want those races to be, representative.
Okay.
So you have to include somebody up in there. Nomination.
So races and groups.
Right.
Because you got groups, because they also mentioned handicap, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned people that were, like, physically disabled, and then sexual orientation, and then gender.
Right.
And race.
Right. So they're trying to. They're trying. I give them that. Give a T for trying, but you got to do more.
Yeah, but that's like throwing a whole lot of stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
But somebody gonna get mad. They're not gonna like it. So.
Yeah.
But that's my Hollywood wrap up.
All right.
Well, no matter what they do, just don't take my fake handicap, back it out of my group.
I don't think they're gonna do that, Papa.
That brings us to the kissing list.
All righty. Woo! What is the kissing list, Papa?
That's a group of people that showed their butt hiney over the last week, did some foul stuff, whether it was a week or two, or even we feel like putting them down there. The main was almost on that bar.
Yeah.
Him, and then the quiet one, Manucha.
Mm-hmm.
He got the lawman and the money man right beside him. He's prosecuting people for Trump. How does that happen?
That's so disgusting.
Boy, that law is backwards.
Disgusting.
He's the one to get raped, but he's defending the president.
He paying him some good money.
I'd like to add.
You know, they're all filthy, dirty rich. I'm gonna tell you, when they leave out office, bar, and the other guys,
they're filthy and dirty.
They're filthy and dirty.
And
well, that's what
rich.
they do. They're gangsters from the beginning.
Yeah.
There's nothing. This is what I was trying to explain to some of Trump followers. I said, man, I don't even want to discuss it. I talk to people on my job, I'm like, I don't even want to discuss Trump's situation with people that are like, they love him so much that they're hypnotized. They're codified. So let's put them on the kissing list too. Everybody that's in that whole Trump cult.
Yeah, the Trump cult.
They
standing there like they hypnotized. 4 more years.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you want 4 more years?
And what about the ones out there that got blacks for Trump? And the one dude spoke at the
put them on the top.
Yeah,
of
put
the
them
list.
on there. When they're in the Republican convention, this black guy, he's up there, and Trump is bad.
And I would also like to add those black persons or people who always end up sitting right behind him at the podium to make sure that we see them when he's talking.
Hey, my black.
Like there's 1 or 2 black people.
Who addresses anybody
or so.
as their race?
Come on.
How's my black friends? Oh, they love me. It's the most I've done for black people.
It's disgusting.
Oh, they love me.
I am so appalled.
I cannot believe you were talking like that.
No.
But I just feel for the black people that are following his ass. They crazy as hell. Yeah. You ain't got nothing coming. You really don't.
They just getting paid quite well. Maybe that's what it is.
Kanye, let's put his ass back on there. He's crazy as hell still. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you. I think that Kim Kardashian, you need to kick that ass to the curb. Quickness.
I would also like to add
mess up her brand.
The Trump campaign for running an ad on Facebook that said that he was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. First of all, he was not actually nominated by the nominating committee. I think it was some Norwegian or Scandinavian or somebody like that. And second of all, the ad running on Facebook, Nobel, is spelled wrong. So it's like, it's Nobel. They spelled it on the ad, Noble. So you got it spelled wrong, but that's typical for Trump's people, you know. They're a bunch of unintelligent people, so they're on the kiss it list. And I also want to add all the people who booed at that football game when the players were trying to show some kind of harmony and unity.
They wanted to brawl. Seeing all this love and stuff, I guess they thought the quality of the game was going to be down. But then my homeboy came out there and scored a touchdown in 5 minutes. So, you know, that's crazy.
Yeah, that changed their attitude real quick. Also, we have the Trump administration for trying to push that law or whatever, change of law
immigration,
to get the immigrants, illegal immigrants, not counted in the census. Y'all are on the kiss it list for that. You know you were wrong for that. But, you know, they always have an angle. So they tried it. And you already said Department of Justice, right, for defending Trump in that rape accusation.
How do you do that? They're supposed to be protecting the victim. How the hell are you protecting the other side?
How the heck are they even in this? I don't even understand. I don't get it.
All right.
Do you have anybody else on tonight's kiss it list?
No, I'm going to put him in the kiss list. I'll put Louis Vuitton for backing out.
Well, if you want to put him in there, put him in there.
Tiffany did.
All right, put him on there.
Louis Vuitton.
All right. Anybody else?
That's it.
Well, I think we said Trump several times.
Yep, that's enough. What we got for him?
All right, we got a gift for everybody on this week's kiss it list. Here it is. Enjoy.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Merci beaucoup.
Yes,
Say
merci.
trivia, merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
Well, we're about to roll up out of here.
Elisa, regardless shocky
It's
boisson.
time for the last word, Papa. Is that your last word?
No.
Okay. What's your last word?
I'm following your lead. You want to think you're a international
I am.
fucking
See, there we go. What's your last word,
just
Papa
because
DD?
you wear big
What's
old blue
your
panties
last word,
the best
Papa
don't mean that
DD?
you're the best at everything. Anyway, my last word is just watch yourself. Anytime Barr, who is the Attorney General, he is defending the president against a rape case. Now, is this the Attorney General supposed to protect the victim? How are you protecting the accused or or as they say, the unsub? Isn't it what your show says? The unsub. I mean, it's the other way around. It's backwards. You know, they should be protecting the young lady that accused him as opposed to protecting Trump. But that's your boy Barr, and just be careful out there, because this world's a mess. The global warming now has penetrated to people, so everybody's melting down like, whew. Just be careful.
Yeah, that might be what's happening.
Drink more brown liquor. Protect yourself.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Drink more liquor. All right. Well, my last word is, you know what I was talking about earlier about what is normal.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if we're ever going to get to what was comfortable normal, but right now we're living in a new normal. So let's just do our best to adjust to that. You know, shout out to the folks on the West Coast that are dealing with this fire, that have lost their homes, lost their friends and loved ones. That situation is crazy. And for people who still say global warming and climate change is not real, you need to shut the hell up. That's my last word.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, on that note, stay woke. Vote, vote, vote. Check your local states for early voting, and please do it. I mean, people always say they don't have time to do X, Y, Z.
Depends on it.
Make time, find time. And one last thing, life is too short, so do what is important to you.
Yeah. For all the little things, too. Don't just go in there thinking about the presidential election. Look at the ballot and see stuff's on there. You know, legalize marijuana, something like that. You know, do whatever you feel is necessary. Don't just go in there and you got Biden and Trump on your mind.
Yeah, check all those referendums and all that stuff.
There's laws that's going to affect you right there in your community. So look and read stuff over. Wear your damn glasses in there. You know what I mean? Don't go in there blind. When you go out of the car, grab them damn bifocals and do your thing.
Like I said, stay woke.
There you go. All right. Well, we're going to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks to the Pajama Party Crew for doing what you do.
Yeah.
Can't nobody do it better.
Yeah, we're good at it.
Thank you to our parent company, DC Homegrown, paying the bills, keeping us on the air, keeping the lights on, keeping the drinks flowing. We appreciate it. Keeping the food.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, one bulb was out. No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to send them an email about that one bulb being burned out. We're going to get on out of here, and we'll do it again next Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. So we're going to say goodnight, and we're going to bounce. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Cal.
Stay woke.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's Redwine saying goodnight. Bonsoir.
Fist up.
Au revoir. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew.